Hello everyone, and welcome back. When Melissa and I were up north, I set the traps out and I caught 5.5 pounds about of crayfish, crawfish, whatever you want to call them. And which isn't much, but this is the end of the season. I mean, today, right now, it's 47 degrees outside, so it's definitely, in Minnesota, the end of the season for catching crayfish. So we're going to boil those up along with some shrimp that we had flown in a while back from Louisiana. They've just been frozen, so should be pretty good. Using my 60 quart pot today. I have it filled about 1/3 of the way full of water because we're not doing a whole lot. You really don't, if you fill it up much farther and you get a lot of stuff in there, it'll overflow. So 1/3 of the way is just about right. Melissa has the stuff cut up in here that's going to go in with the seasoning. And now she's cutting up the potatoes. What did you cut up in here? How many of everything?
I don't know. I just cut until I felt like I had enough.
1, 2, 3, 4 lemons.
5 lemons.
5 lemons? Oh yeah. You probably got 4 or 5 onions in there. How many cloves of garlic was it? Maybe
10.
Alright, and then they're cut
in half.
Yep, they're just halved. So when we're doing the shrimp and the crawfish together, I use 4 cups of shrimp and crab boil. We use Louisiana crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil. Melissa can't stand Zatarans, and there's other ones, but this is just the kind that we like. And some people also will do this with like Old Bay, but you're really not getting a true boil. You're not getting the Louisiana flavor, if that makes any sense. And we don't add any liquid crab boil or anything. We don't want them super hot. Even without the liquid crab boil, it'll be plenty spicy. The corn and the potatoes will be the spiciest. That's why they don't, the corn doesn't go in very long or you about kill yourself. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of salt. Since as soon as I open up that door, it's going to be too loud to talk for the camera over the burner. I'm going to throw all of this in, the onions, the lemons, the garlic, right now, along with the seasoning. Let all that boil, and then I want everything to boil together for about 10 minutes. There's no reason to squeeze your lemons or anything because all of the juice will be out of these by the time this boil is done. So like I said, we're going to bring that to a boil and then we'll let it boil for about 10 minutes and then we'll do the next step, which is throw in the potatoes. Meanwhile out here I've got the crayfish soaking, getting cleaned up here. Where I caught these, it's crystal clear water, so I really never really have a problem with it being gritty or anything with these, but I still want to get them rinsed off and cleaned up. Like I said, I'm going to let that boil for about 10 minutes. I turn the heat down a little bit. I mean, I don't need to keep it on full blast. That burner that we bought this year, it's a Bayou Classic double burner or whatever. It's like a freaking jet. It just heats water way faster than the old one I used to use, which was just a turkey fryer. But I mean, I'm not affiliated with them at all or anything. I just looked online and picked that one because they had good reviews, and they were not kidding. So now that the potatoes are in, we'll go ahead and let that boil for 10 minutes. It didn't even lose boil at all, it just continued boiling, so I had to start the count immediately. The reason we want to put those in first is because potatoes take the longest to cook. I dumped the crayfish and the mushrooms in. I'm going to wait and it come back up to a boil. I'm going to wait 3 minutes and I'm going to dump in the shrimp along with the corn. Okay, everything goes really fast at the end there. So I put the shrimp in, it stopped the boil for maybe 30 seconds, come back up to a boil. I let it cook in there for about a minute, maybe a little bit more than a minute, and then I killed the heat. Now all we're going to do is let this sit and soak for 20 minutes. If you want them less spicy, you can start checking them at 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but we like to leave them in for 20 minutes, and it seems just about perfect. And then you're going to want to come in here. Some people will dump ice in here now to cool it down. We just leave it. And you're going to want to come in here and stir it. Make sure that everything gets down in there and really soaks up all that flavor. Now we have about 9 minutes left till I can pull the basket out. Normally we would just put newspaper on the outside table and dump it, and we would eat it right there, but since today it was in the 40s, now it's up to 53. And this is a smaller boil. We're going to go ahead and we put cardboard and some newspaper on the kitchen island little table thingy, and we're going to dump it there. Well, the 20 minutes is up. Yep, it's ready. Looks good. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. That is how you do a shrimp and crawfish boil. do yourself a favor and rinse out your pot before everything dries, or it's really hard to get all that off. The stuff that's left over from the boil makes an awesome weed killer, so don't just dump it out in the yard. I'll see you guys on the next video.